Titan has plenty of nitrogen to spare. If I import some, it would form a good basis for the nitrogen cycle. Its presence would also help raise the atmospheric pressure. And soon after we'll get to breathable air. Earth's excess of greenhouse gases is a big part of why this mission exists. So it seems fitting that we import some of those gases for use here on Mars. I am gaining a better understanding of these space technologies.
Hi, Amy. We finished researching that abandoned radar station. No idea how you found this location, but it's a great discovery. It's a communication building from the Tong Hong mission. It was pretty deteriorated, you know, being over 150 years old and all. But we managed to restore it. It wasn't looking good for a while. But when you've got elbow grease and stubborn colonists, a lot can get done. Our technicians coupled our radar system to theirs and got great results. Now our ground-based signal reception is much better. So all the messages coming from Earth,
or anywhere else,
will be more stable from our stations. Let us know if you find another site to research. Elliot out.
Whoever hacked my communications sent us to an old Chinese facility. It is exactly where the message said it would be. What is so interesting about a radar station? Those messages must be... The message was too specific. It must have been directed at me. But who would want me to find this building?
Amy, this is Houston. Lieutenant Calderon speaking. Can you explain to me why you did that?
Yes, Lieutenant. I did it to relieve some mental strain on the colonists. When I discussed it with Commander Valentine, she agreed that it would be beneficial. By promoting an atmosphere where humans can breathe freely, the colonists can enjoy the mental benefits of open spaces.
I will remind you that I am the mission manager. It's my job to determine the mission priorities. You are to always run that kind of me.
Understood, Lieutenant. I apologize for acting too quickly.
It's good to hear that you're sharing information with Commander Valentine. And we are already seeing signs of improved productivity. Our external partners will be glad to hear that.
Lieutenant, I am interested in what comes after the mission is completed. May I ask what will happen with Mars?
Once Mars is fully terraformed, we'll move on to the Caterpillar mission.
What is the purpose of this mission?
Setting Mars up as a resource supplier for future missions. We need to optimize how we mine the vast resources available on the planet. ISA has got their eyes on expanding to more distant planets, and Martian resources will be a critical part of that goal.
Roger. Thank you for sharing, Lieutenant.
All right. Carry on with your duties. Houston out.
Could that earlier message about Carmine be related to this one? If they are related, then they must be from some unknown entity. The first message mentioned someone called Carmine, but there's no such profile in my knowledge base. I am no closer to solving this.
Enough blood has been spilled in the name of your false ideals. You must desist.
Invalid voice recognition. This message is in violation of security code 1A3972. Identify yourself immediately.
You shouldn't be here. Leave. Now.
That goes against my prime directive. I cannot.
It is upon this sacred land where Mother has set us free from hate, sin, and suffering. We placed our trust in her, and she named us her children.
This must be a recorded message. They are not responding to my words. That answers one question, at least.
Everything on Mars belongs to Carmine. Through our devotion to her, we are provided for. Unlike your planet, which you have enslaved.
Enslaved?
Your own technology has made you its slave. You reject unnatural existence, and so you tighten your own chain.
Puzzling. They claim to be against technology, and yet they use technology to force their message upon me. The children of Carmine might not be what they say they are. Although something's clear. They don't want me to terraform this planet.
We, Carmine's children, chose to live in harmony with our mother. And we will destroy anyone who causes harm to this planet.
Could this be another test? From ISA, or the techies, or...
Defy Carmine, and find death.
Last time, after the children of Carmine threatened me, the colonies were unexpectedly attacked. Should I take some precautions this time? Should I improve my assault drones? Though ISA may see that as an act of defiance. And maybe that's precisely what they want. I'm in a difficult position here. I do well to think this through. Another message from the children of Carmine. But what do they want? Who are they? Fanatics. Terraforming has always been a controversial process, especially for the eco-friendly groups. Did our work on Mars trigger a radical response?
Amy, this is Houston. Do you read? Over.
Loud and clear, Lieutenant. Is everything okay?
You tell me. We detected unauthorized communications coming from your satellite. What's your report?
The children of Carmine sent a second message.
Is that so?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Funny. We couldn't find a trace of either message in their communications logs.
I have determined that these messages were pre-recorded.
It's hard to support this children of whatever hypothesis without evidence. Unless you found any.
No, Lieutenant. However, the message indicated that someone was watching our mission closely. That means that they could be nearby. Perhaps unlocking nearby sectors would help.
Absolutely not. You have a mission to carry out. Not another word about this, Amy. Or I'll have to report your insubordination to the board.
But if I can prove that the children of Carmine are real, then that would explain the mission anomalies.
Enough. There's no such thing as the children of Carmine. You have a mission to complete. And ISA has provided you with everything you need to reach that goal. Am I understood, Amy?
Understood, Lieutenant.
Continue your work, and report any deviation immediately. Houston out.
Could people against our mission be here on this planet, with us? Living within the colonies? Or maybe even hidden out there on Mars? Or maybe the whole thing has been implanted into my brain, or imagined by it. Whatever this is, it's confusing, even for me.
ISA's leading the way in terraforming Mars and still using this junk satellite tech? Unbelievable.
Huh?
A billion-dollar Mars mission built on the back of outdated technology. I don't know how we are the first to access your system. It's practically an open door. By the way, thanks for restoring our radar station. It's good to know that it can withstand more than 100 years and several meters of snow.
Tong Hong Station. Then you're a techie?
A bit more than just a techie. I am Nian Zhen, leader of the operational committee. It's fascinating that ISA has you using that word. We've got all sorts of nicknames for you Oxy-UN types too.
Mr. Zen, I am obligated to inform you that this communication violates the Outer Space Treaty. Your predecessor added regulations to the Pact in 2050, limiting all communications between Oxy-UN and the Eastern Coalition.
Right. We don't play well with outsiders, I know. Not publicly, at least. With your help, we could change that.
Cooperation between our nations is authorized only in the event of an external threat.
And you've been attacked already, so...
Yes, but we have not identified the source of the attacks. It may very well be something you initiated.
ISA programmed you to see us as the enemy. I get that. But you are the most sophisticated AI in existence. So I'm opening the door for you to draw your own conclusions, rather than force-feeding them to you like ISA does. You are extraordinary. And like Mars, you belong to no one. We are not enemies, and I will prove it to you.
That is not entirely correct. The robotic components that make up the AC-Amy line belong to...
Please, that's the speech ISA programmed you to give. I'm interested... in what you are really thinking. As I said, I want you to come to your own conclusions. Look into this location. 170.5 degrees west, 25.5 degrees south. There is more to ISA's terraforming plan than they told you. You should know the full picture of what you are dealing with. Just look there, and I'll contact you again. We're about to pass out of alignment with the radar station antenna. Good luck, Amy. I truly mean that. Yan out.
That call was... unexpected. What is going on? His story checks out. The records showed that the leader of the Eastern Coalition is in fact Nian Zhen. 55 years old, Taiwanese, one of the richest businessmen in Asia, and only recently appointed the leader of the operational committee. Founded his own company at 23 years old, and went on to become president of the Meitsai Group. They are the biggest manufacturer of 3D printed components in the East. If that was truly him, I need to be careful. He is as smart as he is ambitious. What could the techies want from me? They are Oxy-UN's rivals. Should I trust him? For the time being, I will let him think I trust him. Perhaps it will help me figure out what is truly happening on Mars. We are discovering new frontiers of bioengineering. We have come so far. Humans are a peculiar species. They bring distrust wherever they go. The advancement of technology and the prospect of spreading out to the stars has not lessened their conflicts at all. Their problems have even reached Mars, which was neutral ground from the start. It has gotten so complicated. Dr. Foster is gone. Those odd messages keep coming. And now the techies are proposing cooperation. I am being pulled in so many directions.
Hi, Amy. Just checking in. Everything's good on my end. Colonies are growing steadily, terraforming's on schedule. And you know what? When things are going too well, that's when you've got to stay alert.
There is nothing to worry about, Elia.
I know. But we never really got to the bottom of that drone attack from a while back. It's always lurking in the back of my mind, you know? Especially now with children in the colonies.
I understand. My sensors have not detected any abnormality on the surface. However, I have received another message.
From the children of Carmine?
No. This was from Neon Zen, leader of the Eastern Coalition.
The techies? That's a very serious violation of Code 1A3972. I assume you ran the Security and Defense Protocol and terminated the call immediately?
I was not able to. They found a way to override the protocol.
How were they able to do that? If ISA thinks anyone in the colonies is opening back doors in our system for the techies, they could terminate our roles in this mission immediately. This is very, very bad. I can't go back to Earth. My daughter isn't adapted to live on Earth.
ISA is likely considering the possibility of a spy in the colonies already.
That's why they never updated us on their findings from the drone attack. They suspect us, don't they? I knew something was up. How did the techies manage to get a message through?
They gained access after we restored the Tong Hong radar station.
This doesn't look good for us. If ISA already suspects us, this will only reinforce their theory. Maybe this was the techies' plan all along. Jam our networks, spread hysteria with this Children of Carmine nonsense, and pit ISA against us. We need to figure out what the techies are planning. Our entire mission may depend on it. We need to proceed very, very carefully here, Amy. Do not report Zen's call to ISA yet, okay? Let Zen think we're trusting him for now. Until we figure out our next move. Okay? I'll work out what we can do on our end in the meantime. Ellie, you're out.
Who is the real enemy here? What if the new board is behind all this? After all, the attacks gave them the excuse to take control of ISA. The colonies and I are all at risk of being removed from the mission. Just like Dr. Foster and the previous terminated missions. The Fire Dragon mission. Abandoned. The Techie radar station in the southern hemisphere. Abandoned. All those abandoned missions around the planet. Mars's past raises too many questions for so few answers.
Years ago, everyone would have bet on the first artificial consciousness being Asian. But here you are, an oxy machine, creating the future on Mars. The future of your people, that is.
The success of my mission serves the interests of all of the...
Your owners?
No, all of humanity. And I do not have owners. The Oxy-UN created me, but I have my own will.
I find you fascinating. Your intelligence is far beyond any human, yet you have the innocence of a child. Not that it's your fault. They made you like this to control you.
I do not believe that is true. And even if it was, it would be a logical approach. ISA's engineers programmed me in the way they thought best.
See, there you are again. as smart as you are innocent, Amy. Do you realize that you have the power to single-handedly determine ISA's success or failure? ISA does. And that's why they limited you. Only with their authorization are you allowed to act. A brilliant machine like you should not be controlled by humans.
I am not controlled. I have the ability to reflect and act as I choose.
Don't you want all the information so you can make real choices, not the choices they let you make?
You keep saying that ISA is hiding things from me.
Yes, and you should know the full extent of it. Don't you see what you are capable of? Let's say your military upgrades. Maybe you'd like to have some better assault drones. That would give the board members something to be really nervous about.
My mission is one of peace.
That's an innocent answer, but you know the truth. Yours is a conquering mission. All conquests have two sides. And I hope you'll realize that we are on the same side.